Bayern Munich have had one of the greatest seasons in the club's history. A record-breaking 109 goals in the Bundesliga. Real Madrid eliminated in the Champions League. A team playing some of the most devastating football in Europe. And when people talk about why, the names they reach for are Olise, Mbappé, Kane. There's a player who barely gets mentioned. A player who has been at the heart of this Bayern side for years. Who has made 235 appearances for the club. Who, this season, is producing the best numbers per 90 of his entire career. His name is Jamal Musiala.
He's so good at this. Musiala!
He's 22 years old, and the fact that we're still asking how good he is says everything about how underappreciated he's become. Before the numbers, let's establish what kind of player we're talking about. Musiala is not a traditional number 10. He's not a winger. He's not a striker. He's the kind of player that modern football has struggled to define because he doesn't fit neatly into any category. He plays in the spaces between the lines. He receives the ball under pressure and comes out the other side.
Tie a lot of them and score a fourth goal!
He dribbles in tight areas where most players would play it safe. He shoots, he creates, he presses, he links. He is, in the truest sense of the word, a complete attacking midfielder. And at his best, there are very few players in the world who do what he does.
It's Musiala! Can he finish?
The problem is that at his best has been interrupted this season. And because of that, because he hasn't been dominating headlines every week, people have started to forget just how good this player actually is. Let's look at what Musiala has built over the last 3 seasons, because the trajectory tells a story that the current moment obscures. In 2023-2024, he made 38 appearances for Bayern across all competitions, 12 goals, 6 assists, a G+A per 90 of around 0.76. Solid numbers, but not spectacular on paper. Then came 2024-2025, and something clicked. 39 appearances, 24 goals, 8 assists, a G+A per 90 of 0.83. Those 24 goals represent the best scoring season of his career by a significant margin. For a player who operates as a number 10, not as a striker, not as a winger, that is a remarkable output. And then this season, 2025-2026, where everything should have come together, it hasn't gone to plan. Injuries and limited minutes have kept him on the periphery of this Bayern side for long stretches. Just 19 appearances, only 7 starts, 802 minutes of football. But here's the number that stops you in your tracks. His G+A per 90 this season is 1.23, the highest of his career, by a distance.
Jamal Musiala, Bayern München's brilliant youngster.
In the season where he's played the least, he is producing at the highest rate he ever has. That is not a coincidence. That is a player who has figured something out. This is the part of the Musiala story that gets lost in the noise. When people look at his 2025-2026 season and see 5 goals and 6 assists in 19 appearances, they see a player who has faded into the background, a supporting actor in someone else's story. But those 19 appearances include 12 games where he didn't even start. Cameos, fragments, minutes handed out carefully. Strip away the context and look only at what he produces per 90 minutes, and you see a completely different player. A player who, when he is on the pitch, is operating at the level of the best attacking midfielders in European football. 1.23 G+A per 90, 4 shots per 90, consistently involved in danger, consistently making things happen in the brief windows he's given. This Bayern side has been built around Olise's creativity, Kane's goals, and Musiala's intelligence. When all 3 are available and fit, they are almost impossible to stop. The problem isn't Musiala's quality. The problem is that we've only seen glimpses of it this season. Numbers only tell part of the story with Musiala, because what he does on a football pitch is genuinely hard to quantify. He is one of the best dribblers in world football, not in open space, in tight areas, in congested midfields, in the half-second windows between a defender shifting their weight and recovering their position.
Musiala makes it 2-0!
He manipulates defenders with his body. He uses both feet so naturally that opponents genuinely don't know which direction he's going. And he does this not once or twice per game, but repeatedly, relentlessly. Think about what that means for a team. When you have a player who can receive the ball in tight spaces and come out the other side with it, you are essentially breaking defensive structures from the inside out. Defenders can't sit deep against Bayern because of Olise and Kane. They can't push high because of the pace on the counter, and they can't compress the midfield because Musiala will find the space and exploit it before they can react. He doesn't just play in the system, he is part of what makes the system work. Here's the thing that makes all of this even more remarkable. Musiala is 22 years old.
The teenager has long since played his way into the hearts of Bayern fans.
He made his Bundesliga debut at 17. He has already made 235 senior appearances for Bayern Munich. He has played Champions League football, Bundesliga title races, and major international tournaments, all before his 23rd birthday. The players we compare to elite attacking midfielders, the De Bruynes, the Iniestas, the Modrics of the world, were still developing at this age, still learning what they were capable of. Musiala already knows, and the numbers are getting better every season. 0.76 G plus A per 90 in 2023-2024, 0.83 in 2024-2025, 1.23 in 2025-2026 in limited minutes against elite opposition. That is not a plateau. That is an ascent. And if he stays fit, if he gets a full season at this level, the numbers he could produce are almost frightening to contemplate. There's a reason Musiala doesn't get the recognition he deserves, and it's worth naming it directly. He plays for Bayern Munich, a club so dominant that individual brilliance often gets absorbed into the collective. When your team wins 5-0 every other week, it's hard for any one player to stand out consistently. He doesn't have the social media presence of a Mbappé or a Vinicius. He doesn't have the narrative pull of a generational wonder kid like Jamal. He's not English, so he doesn't get the Premier League spotlight. He's not Spanish, so he doesn't play in La Liga. He's a German kid at a German club, quietly becoming one of the best attacking players in the world, in a league that gets a fraction of the attention it deserves. And this season, with limited minutes and no sustained run of form to capture the headlines, he's drifted even further from the conversation. But the football doesn't lie. When Musiala plays, really plays, he is on another level, and anyone who watches closely enough knows it. 235 appearances for Bayern Munich, 71 goals, 37 assists, a career G plus A per 90 that keeps climbing. And this season, despite everything, a rate of contribution that puts him among the most impactful attacking players in Europe. Olise gets the assists record, Kane gets the goals, Musiala gets the spaces in between, and fills them better than almost anyone in the world. He's 22, he's still ascending, and when he's fully fit, fully available, and given the platform this Bayern side deserves, the numbers are going to make it very hard to keep ignoring him. So how good is Musiala actually? Good enough to be the most complete attacking midfielder at one of the greatest clubs in the world. Good enough that a season of limited minutes hasn't dimmed what he's capable of. Good enough that the question should probably stop being asked and start being answered. The best version of Musiala hasn't arrived yet, and that should worry every other team in Europe.